Hi, I'm Azeem Khan, a junior political science major from Charleston, West Virginia, and today I want to talk about bringing common sense to your social media. Technology has changed so much about the world that we live in today. A perfect example of this is social media. It's impossible for us to project what the next big social media app is going to be in 5, 10, or 50 years. But there are things about technology and social media that we do know. The example of this is how important it is to use your social media accounts responsibly. It's important that every time you log on to your social media accounts, you bring your common sense with you because your actions on your social media accounts will remain with you for the rest of your lives. It's nearly impossible to live in today's world without social media, but it's important to make sure that you use it responsibly. On social media, we're able to connect with people in ways that we've never been able to in the history of the entire world. But when using social media, it's important to remember a couple really important rules. The first is to always assume your posts will exist forever. When you post something, make sure that you're okay looking at it in 2 days, 2 years, or even 2 decades. When you post something, it is absolutely essential that you make sure that it's something that you're okay with and something that you won't be ashamed of having shared. Another thing to always do is to always be kind. You should always do this in your life, and this important rule transfers to social media as well. Treat people with respect and treat them with kindness, and you won't be regretting something that you've posted in 2 decades. Another thing to always do is to treat others how you want to be treated. The golden rule applies to technology as well. And if you treat others the way you want to be treated on social media, we won't have problems with bullying and so many other issues. And finally, think before you post. This might be the most important bullet on this slide. When it comes to social media, make sure you think. Unfortunately, we've seen many examples where people didn't think and they had to pay the price for things that they said that didn't reflect the best version of who they were. And so I strongly encourage you to always think before you post. Now, here are some things not to do on social media. Don't let it consume your life. When it comes to social media, what's really important to remember is that social media is not real life. Your mental health is important, and do not let social media negatively affect your mental health. Next, do not post things you don't want your future employers to see. Employers are always looking at the social media accounts of their applicants or prospective applicants. And so when you're posting on social media, make sure that you have that in mind and make sure that what you're putting out there is something that you're okay with your future boss potentially seeing. And finally, don't be rude. Nobody likes a bully. Nobody likes somebody who's rude. It's easy to be kind and do that on social media. By following these simple rules, you can ensure that your use of social media is a overall positive for you and your life. Use your common sense when it comes to social media because what you say and what you do on these platforms will stick with you for the rest of your life. As the first generation that's grown up with social media, who's going to have it with us our entire lives, we have a responsibility to set the tone for ourselves and for future generations for a social media culture which is kind and uses common sense.